My name is Trent Lloyd, and I'm the Associate Pastor of Outreach here at Middletown United Methodist Church. And this is Teaching Tuesday. So what is outreach? Whenever I think of outreach here at Middletown, we really think of it on two levels. On one level, outreach is the way the church intentionally reaches out and connects to the community around us. Now, frequently this looks like festivals, maybe the Freedom Festival, where we invite the community to come out and celebrate around the 4th of July, or maybe Trunk or Treat, where we invite kids from the neighborhood and have over 150 kids to come to connect with our church to find a place of blessing and acceptance and welcome. Or maybe outreach looks like having sports programs and sports programming. This church has a long tradition of having upward basketball and upward soccer, and in this past fall we tried something new. We partnered with Soccer Shots, and they ran the soccer while we provided hospitality, and every week we were able to connect with 150 kids and their families, handing out free popcorn and coffee, and forming relationships, meeting them where they are, and inviting them to our church, inviting them to our CDC and our preschool, inviting them to Trunk or Treat, being able to welcome them into our community. So on one level, our outreach looks like programs and ministries, but on another level, outreach is so much more than that, because it relates to the entire life of a Christian's witness. It's part of our baptismal calling as Christians to reach out to those around us. It's not only events, but it's who we're called to be. Part of our DNA, you could say. It's part of our DNA as a church to reach out to those who need the love of Christ. Whenever we read in Scripture after Jesus has been resurrected and he's with his disciples, and he's saying farewell to them there before he has ascended to be with the Father, and he gives them some marching orders. And we read a couple different versions of these marching orders. In Matthew 28, we read that Jesus sends them forth to make more disciples, to make more followers. And then we read in Acts chapter 1 about Jesus telling the disciples to be his witnesses to the ends of the earth. And this is what we do in our outreach ministries. We want to witness to the resurrection, to witness to the love of Christ to those who aren't yet part of our church community. This is who we're called to be as a church, and part of the life of a believer. When I think of outreach, I think of the quote by the 20th century theologian and martyr Dietrich Bonhoeffer. He writes, "The church is the church only when it exists for others, not dominating, but helping and serving. It must tell people of every calling what it means to live for Christ, to exist for others." Y'all, this is why we do outreach, to tell people what it means to live for Christ and to exist for others. And this is what we endeavor to do through our outreach ministries here at Middletown.